going, guys? I'm out here, Baird Island. Gonna try out a new spot that I just found on Google Maps a bit ago. Gonna see if we get some fish. Gonna be throwing some Q8 power bait, power shrimp, and some 3-inch paddle tails. We're gonna try to get some redfish, some trout, maybe some snook if we find a good bush or something like that. Alright, so you can see out here, I don't know if you can tell on the camera or not, but there's fish up on the surface. It looks like maybe mullet, which is always a good sign that that's a spot that you should cast. Because the predators, like the big trout, schools of reds, stuff like that, will hang out around these schools of bait fish. It's also kind of nice because it looks like we got an underwater tree or something like that, some structure for fish to stack up on. So we'll give this a couple casts and see what happens. What we're starting out with today, this is a Q8 power bait. It's supposed to be like a jerk bait. Never tried these too much. I usually use their shrimp, but it's on a 1/4 ounce jig head. I'm using the Z-Man Trout Eye right now, but any 1/4 ounce jig head will get the job done. Really important when you're working these like hot spots where you got bait, underwater structure, stuff like that. It's really important that you retrieve your bait in a bunch of different manners. So like, you know, you might try working it real fast one time, or like you don't get any bites doing that, try to slow it down a little bit, just give it a little bump. Oh, I might have just had a bite there, I'm not sure. Okay, so we'll try slowing it down because that might have been a bite. Oh look, we got some unwanted company. These guys are always up in here. It's dolphins. But I'm gonna try that again with just slow bumps because I think I might have got a bite there. I definitely just had a bite there. Might be a little trout or something like that. Looks like they're hanging right on the drop off right here where it gets a little deeper, like literally 5 feet in front of me. So that's good to make note of for future spots, because there is a spot around the corner here where looks like there's a pretty substantial channel moving between a couple islands. Oh man. All right, so that's the trouble with fishing on these structures, is there's a good chance you're gonna get hung. So I'm probably hung on that stump right there. I'm gonna go try to get it off without losing my jig head. Right here, kind of sad, but we've got, looks like a dead green sea turtle, juvenile. Looks like this recent cold weather we've been having maybe got him. Been finding quite a lot of these guys, but yeah, pretty cool. I'm not gonna touch him. He's still got ants and stuff crawling all over him, but never know what you'll find out here. So guys, I did end up breaking off. It was close enough that I needed to retie leader. So usually I use braid on my main line for pretty much all of my rods, but obviously you don't want to tie braid straight to your lures, because it's easier for fish to break off with their teeth, you know, because you got trout, you got pretty gnarly teeth, and snook have those really sharp gill plates, and that'll make quick work of braid. So I usually use 20-pound fluorocarbon tied to my braid, and I tie those together just using a uni knot. So I'll just do that real quick, and we'll get back out there. So after retying real quick, we're back in action. This guy's gonna be the Q8 bullet. I tied on a slightly smaller jig head. This guy's an 1/8 ounce, I think, instead of a 1/4. But we'll see if we get any action now. Dolphin still hanging out there, it looks like, which I used to think they scared away the fish, but I've caught quite a few good fish with dolphin just being right there. So we'll see how it goes. And as I'm walking along the shoreline, casting out into the trough here and working on getting some trout up off of the ledges, I need to be sure to keep my eyes facing this way as well, because a lot of times up on top of these like banks, like right before it drops off, you'll have schools of redfish cruising up and down just on top of the drop off. And let's just say I want to see them before they see me, so I can get a shot at catching one of them. All right, guys, so this is an unfortunate thing about fishing with these artificial baits. A lot of times when you're fishing in these lagoons or coastal waters, there are pufferfish. There's nothing a pufferfish likes more than a juicy, scented up, soft plastic bait. So he took my tail off of this one. So we'll get another one put on here real quick. But if this keeps up, I might need to switch over to a paddle tail. Something that it's a little bit more durable, won't get eaten alive by these pufferfish. So we'll see. Alrighty, I just swapped over to a paddle tail. This is the Slam Shady Mulligan from Salt Strong, and I'm gonna juice her up with some of this Procure Inshore Salt Super Gel. It's pretty good for reds and stuff. Trout will hit this with or without it, but this is controversial, but I think it helps. Some people will say it doesn't, but I think it helps. So you just smear some of it on there, rub it all around. You can use your finger, I usually do, but this stuff does tend to stick, so just keep that in mind if you do want to use your finger to just kind of rub it around on there. Gives that nice little shrimpy kind of scent. These guys don't have any kind of crazy scent on them as is, but yeah, we'll give that a shot and see how it works. All right, so this right up here is a spot that I've been looking forward to. Bite. I don't know if you can see, but up here you got this real shallow bar that kind of goes out, and there's a channel that loops out, and in between those two islands, I'm expecting that to be a little deeper. And with the colder snaps that we've been having here, colder weather, hopefully there's some fish piled up in that little deeper channel. But so far nothing. I mean, maybe I've had a couple bites maybe, but it's honestly been kind of disappointing so far. But it could just be the time of year, the recent weird weather we've been having. I haven't had a good day in the lagoon in a while. But I will be coming back to this spot. It's got these patchy grass all over the place. It seems like a really good, really easily wadeable spot, and I will definitely try this again, perhaps maybe in the summer. Hey guys, so I actually just snuck up on this guy. Didn't even notice him until he was right at my feet. But on the bottom right here, we got a little sea turtle just chilling, crawling along the bottom. Unlike the last one, this guy's alive. And he's just hunkered down on the bottom there. I mean, he's just to the left of my shadow. I'm hoping maybe he comes up here in just a minute. Let me get a better look at him. Yeah, here he comes. Right here. There he is. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Even though I'm not catching any fish out here, I love seeing stuff like that. Okay, so I'm at the spot that I was kind of hoping for good luck at right here. So there's a point, goes out this way. And there's deeper water that moves through in between these islands. And it seems like with the wind coming off the ocean just over there, it seems like there's a lot of water moving over this point and off that edge. So I'm really hoping I get hooked up on something here. Trout, redfish, maybe even a snook if they're not up in the shallower water. They might be stacked up on this edge, but we'll give it a couple casts and see what happens. There's fish. Okay. Alright, hell yeah. Little trout. First fish of the day, I'll freaking take it. And what did I say? They were stacked up right on this point here. Heck yeah, dude. These are beautiful fish, man. Like, everybody praises the redfish because they're pretty cool themselves, but just look at this guy. I'll handle it here. Oh, he's getting tangled up in the net. Oh, there he is. All right, buddy. That's a beautiful fish on the Slam Shady paddle tail. Just hanging right off of that drop off there. Just a gorgeous fish. Now, let's see if I can get one a little bit bigger. All right. Woo! Oh, that was a redfish right there. That's a pretty good sized redfish too. I don't know if you guys can see him. He followed it up and tagged it right up close. Point I can see him. So there are fish here. Okay, so I'll be coming back out here in a little bit. This point it's pretty good. Had a bunch of follow-ups, but they just weren't quite ready to take the baits. I'm gonna try it on my way back, but for now, I'm gonna continue down to the next point and see if I get anything between here and there. Okay, so we are out here now at the second point. Do some casting at this point, maybe get another trout, hopefully a red. Just see what happens. Okay, so the bottom did just change texture here. Just got significantly muddier, so it might be the end of the road. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to turn around here, but I'll take a couple casts out here just to see what's happening. Maybe the fish are on this softer bottom right now, but it also seems like it's pretty shallow out there, so we'll hit the points on the way back and, you know, maybe pick up another trout, hopefully a redfish. We'll see. All right, so we're back to the point. I caught that trout earlier. Work it a little bit here and hopefully we get a little something. All right, so this is the skinny lipper. It's from Salt Strong. It's a jerk bait, but it's pretty unique in that it barely goes below the surface. That's all the more you get right there. So we're gonna give this a try. Hopefully the rattle and the flash entices some of these trout out here to bite. Also, interesting, it has 2 single inline hooks, which I kind of prefer to treble hooks. I think it's a little nicer on the fish. Hookup rate, it's not quite as good as a treble hook, but you still catch plenty of fish on these. And also they cast a freaking mile. Alright, so didn't do too great out there. We did get 1 trout, saw a couple reds follow up our bait. There's another spot about 15-20 minutes away that I think we're gonna try to go hit. We got about an hour left of daylight, so we might get like maybe 30 minutes there. Hopefully try to get on some more trout. We'll see how it goes. Alright, so we're here. There's a few other cars here already, but hopefully they're not going to the same spot I am. I'm gonna be waiting again, so should be a good spot. Should be at least able to get a couple trout here, hopefully, but we'll see what happens. See you in a minute. All right, so now it's just a little walk down this path here. Should be able to get some fish, and we'll see what happens. Bro, how's all this trash even out here, bro? Crazy stuff. Very unfortunate. Man, that's pretty though. Right over here, there's some roseate spoonbills. You can see them feeding over there in the marsh. I'm gonna try to get those on my phone here. Very cool. Love those things. Okay. Seems I made it back right as the bugs are starting to bite. Wish I got some fish on that one though. Okay guys, so it seems like I made it back just in time for the bugs to start biting, which I'm not trying to get bit up, but honestly, it was a really good day. Only caught 1 fish, but we saw a lot of cool stuff out there. Spoonbills, turtles, dolphin. It's always a great day out here on Merritt Island. Highly recommend you come check out the area if you ever get the chance. It's just a really cool place, even if you don't catch any fish. Just a great place to spend the day. But anyways, that'll just about do it for now, so hopefully see you in the next video.